Hi everybody, it's Daniel Renton, Momentum Energy Fitness here. I'm here this evening with the fantastic, amazing Liz White. So I'm just going to be asking Liz a few questions. She's been and completed my 12-week transformation online plan. So tell me, Liz, what were you struggling with before coming on board the plan?
Well, I had worked with you, as you know, for the past 7 years, and just unfortunately, due to a health problem for a member of the family, kind of struck us, and then I think I lost all focus there, and I just felt I was starting to put the weight on. It was just kind of all going pear-shaped, shall we say, and I just felt I needed focusing again, which you were able to assist me with when you spoke to me about your online transformational program.
Excellent. So tell me then, what were you struggling with in terms of performance, body confidence? Talk a bit about that, yeah?
As I say, I think, lost all focus with what was going on in my personal life, and having to assist and help and try and rehabilitate members within the family. And I just felt we were out walking about, and it was so easy to stopping every now and again, getting involved with wee cuppas, and then it was adding on a scone or a cake, and that all then starts piling up. And I just thought this was getting ridiculous. Things were getting better health-wise for the person, and I thought that's great. I now need to start maybe paying attention to myself, because I have a health issue myself, waiting to go in for operation, and I'm trying to keep everything strong, and that's why I felt I just needed something to focus for myself, which is when I approached you.
Okay, so tell me, what have you tried in the past then? What had you tried in the past? So talk about the past, talk me through that, yeah?
In the past, God, I'd piled on so much weight again because of another injury that had happened, and ended up ballooning up to size 20. And that was when I'd then had the operation on my right hip, fixing my rotor cuff. Started doing some exercises, and my daughter had actually advised or suggested, why don't you go to the club, which I did. And then when I came in, and I think that's when I met yourself, because I started going to an aqua class at first, thinking, being in the water, I'm not going to harm myself, not going to cause any further damage. And that's when I got to know you. That was October 13. And then from there, again, you approached, you said, what about the gym upstairs, which I had never ever done. Gym work just did not interest me. But again, because you kind of guided me through, and I think we started in the gym, and you gradually worked me around some of the machines, and progressed from there. I actually found out I quite enjoyed it. You had me, I remember, on the treadmill, which I hadn't even run for a bus. And then from there, I think with some of the girls I've got friendly with, we actually did my first 5K that July in 2014. And he kept telling me about doing weights, and I couldn't get it in my head. I couldn't understand why. It always sticks in my head, the lat pull down. And I'm sitting there, and you saying to me, right, what's your goal? And I was, as a size 20, and I thought, well, I'd love to get into my size 16 jeans. And you went, right, just keep going, keep pulling that lat pull down, you'll get into your size 16 jeans. And of course, because you're working up her body with that, and I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to get into size 16 jeans by doing lat pull down? That was stuck in my head. And I kept listening to you, because it was working. The weight was starting to come off. And I surpassed my size 16 jeans, and the 14 jeans, and the 12 jeans, and ended up getting into a size 10 jeans. Now, how the hell did that happen? That was just amazing. I couldn't believe that I did that. And that was just following your plan when I was working with you then.
Excellent. I mean, that's an amazing story. I think that's a bigger success than anything. You know, the journey you've been on since 2013, and going from a size 20 to a size 10, you know, is absolutely amazing. And then, like I say, things have, the last kind of 6 months haven't been as good for you. You've not been able to train as much. You've taken a little bit of a backslide. So you've used this program to to give you a booster. Am I right there? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, definitely. It's just like to get me back on track. Because as you've said before, you've given us the tools. We should know what to do. But hell, life happens. You know, there's things that happen you have to deal with at that time, and you're not maybe as focused as you were because you have to try and deal with all these other things that are happening in your life. So for me, it was great getting me back on track, being accountable to you with the food diary. Jesus, having to remember everything that I had, and I wouldn't cheat on it because you're just cheating yourself. You know, if you're missing things out, that could just being silly. And then again, you were able to tweak things for me to make sure that things were going in the right direction.
Okay, so what's been different about this program then to what you've done before then? Talk me through that. Yeah.
I think it's the daily message that keeps coming through, reminding me what I'm having to do. Your wee motivational words that come through every now and again as well, quite unexpected, which is quite nice. It gets you set up for the day and thinking, right, I need to go on with this. So it's all these wee things that make the difference and kind of keep you focused.
Okay, so how would you describe this different from what we were doing before?
Well, what we were doing before, it was always kind of set times, set dates. It was always pre-arranged week before, but then if things happened, maybe having to contact you saying, listen, I can't manage this time, and I'm feeling guilty because I'm not actually getting on with what I should be doing my programme, where this time, when it's online, my programme's there's no specific time. You're just saying, you've got this to do today, that to do today, and I just think, oh, right, okay, that's fine, I'll fit that in. I need to get on with all this other stuff first. Now that I know that everything's okay and running fine at home, I can then nip in and I'll get on with my programme and get it done.
So this has worked out better for you then, really, is what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah, this moment in time's been perfect for me, definitely.
Excellent, fantastic. So tell me then about the results you've achieved in the last kind of 12 weeks then.
Last 12 weeks, the head's got back into my proper mindset where it should be, getting the food sorted out, planning out my food, what I should be doing, when I should be having it. Again, working out the timescales for getting on with my programme. It's just all been worked out perfectly for me this time.
Perfect. So it's been quite flexible for you. So in terms of what about the home workouts and stuff like that, and just other things that you could fit in and, you know, into your life, you know, based around your rhythm?
Yeah, well, again, the home workout's been great because there's been maybe a few times when I haven't been able to get into the gym, get anywhere near the gym, and rather than missing out, you've actually given me the home workout, which has been great, because the bits and pieces I've got in the house, I can actually use that. Though there again, you don't necessarily have to have, like I said, dumbbells and like that, even like cans, heavy cans of food, bottles of water, you could use that as your weights. So it's been fine, so I felt at least I've still kept everything going.
So just to kind of clarify then, so, you know, you worked with me from 2013, you went from a size 20 to an amazing size 10. You've had a bit of a backslide, obviously, due to problems that are out with your control kind of thing. Things have come up in your life at the moment. Tell me, where did you go back to then? Did you backslide into a different dress size? I did,
yeah. I went from a 10, I went up to a 12.
Okay.
And then I was starting to feel that the 12 was starting to get a bit tight, and I thought, this is not happening. Yeah. I've been there before, and it's definitely not happening. That's when you spoke to me and suggested your online course, which, as I say, has worked fine for me.
Brilliant. So has that changed then? Has your physical appearance changed then? Have you got back into have you got back into the size 10 then? Have you?
Yeah, I've got down into my 10 jeans, which has been great.
Yes. That's amazing. I'm absolutely. I haven't actually asked you that question actually in our normal catch-ups. Obviously, we're on video just now. That is I'm so happy for you. That is amazing.
Oh, not as happy as I am. I tell you. Oh, for God's sake!
That's brilliant. Oh, wow, that's an amazing result. Good. You know.
Yeah, definitely. And people have actually noticed as well. I've had so many people coming up to me saying, "God, what are you doing? you know, you've no half lost weight there, and somebody thinking I was like about 10 or 12 years younger than what I was.
Brilliant.
I love you, you know who you are. Which was nice. So that gives you a boost.
Excellent.
You know,
and it's great, perfect timing and run up for the Christmas parties, all that kind of stuff, you know.
Exactly.
Getting into those dresses and stuff, you know. It's come at the right time for you then, really, hasn't it? You know.
It has done, yeah, definitely.
So what have you learnt from the programme then?
I should maybe believe more in myself as well. Lessons that I have learned from yourself. It's a case of sometimes you do forget things, so it's actually been like a wee refresher, just reminding me what I should be doing that I already know, just wee tweaks to get back there again. So yeah, it's been good.
Excellent, fantastic. So then what I want you to say is that what I'm going to ask you the next question is that anybody that's sitting on the fence, what advice would you give to them if they're thinking about coming on board this 12-week program and they want to achieve the great success you've achieved, you know, size 20 to a size 10 is like, and being able to talk about this 6 years later that we're still having this conversation, you're still there, you're in that size 10 now, then you know, that's amazing. That in itself is like, to me, like, wow.
Yeah, it's just difficult to believe, and I keep thinking, and I ask my husband, and I'm sure it drive him up the wall. Even just this morning, do you think I look okay at the back? Am I toned here? And I went, for God's sake, there's nothing wrong with you. You look absolutely brilliant. I'm sick of you asking me that all the time. No, he says, it's perfect. You're doing really, really well. Stop putting yourself down. But again, I think it's just, you can be motivated. You can have people motivating you. But I think the main thing really is determination and discipline. You have to be disciplined. You can want and want and want, but you have to make sure you have the discipline in place to meet your goal and to get there, and you will.
Okay.
Hard work, but
what would you say to them then? Okay, so you're telling them you need them to be disciplined, determined, all of that in terms of getting them on board this program. What would you say?
Just go for it. You've nothing to lose. As we said for years and years as well, people forget that you need to invest in your health, because you only have the one body, and if you're not looking after it, nobody else is going to do it for you. And you've got to be strong, as I have found out over the past 7 months. You've got to be strong for your family, because if you're not fit enough to look after them, who else is going to do it?
Absolutely, that's brilliant. You're absolutely right. Look after number one. Prioritise your own health. Invest in your own health. You know,
definitely.
We spend so much money on other stuff. You know, cars, whatever, mobile phones. You know that you can't take them with you. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you only get this one opportunity. So no, it's been a pleasure having you on the program, Liz. It's been absolutely amazing to help you get back on that track again towards success. I'm delighted. You know. You went back on that stairway to success. You're back at the top of the ladder again. How are you feeling?
Feeling great, definitely. And I'm prepared for whatever's going to hit me within the next few months.
Excellent. Well, we've got Christmas and everything coming up as well, so it's
excellent.
I'm sure there's some good times with your family. Being able to have the energy and the drive to do it. So well done, Liz. Thanks very much for your time this evening.
Thank you.
That's us finished. Well done.